Castle Rock. Gary Godfrey here with the Castle Rock Local Business Alliance. And I'm visiting with my friend here, Matt Thompson. He owns Fathom Realty, Matt Thompson Homes. I'm here at his lovely place, his home. The view out here in southern Castle Rock is just awesome. We're going to take a walk here in a little bit, and I'm going to get some little video clips of all this. But the first thing I want to do is I want to turn to Matt here, and I want to, introduce him to you, as I already have, but I want to ask Matt a question. Looking around at this beautiful place right here in Castle Rock, what was it that really enticed you to move into this area?
Yeah, it's a great question. We lived out in the western side of Littleton, out in Ken Carroll, for about 7 years, a little over 7 years. And we were looking for horse property and to try to find good quality land, flat usable land, but then B, more importantly, something that was near a community. We had stayed out in kind of Jefferson County, and what we were finding was everything that was there either A, wasn't the land we wanted, or B, more importantly, felt isolated. And we really wanted a community. We wanted a small downtown. My wife and I and our family, we used to live in Gig Harbor, Washington, which is a little small fishing village with a really vibrant downtown. And we miss that. We haven't had that for the decade or so that we've been in Colorado. And when we stumbled upon downtown Castle Rock and realized that we could have horse property within 8 minutes of that downtown, we knew we'd found our neighborhood at that point.
Very good. What's your family size?
Yeah, so we've got my wife and I, and then we've got 2 daughters, a 13-year-old and a 10-year-old daughter, and we've got 2 horses and a donkey and some chickens and cats and dogs.
And they have plenty of chores to do, I'm sure.
And that's been the great part, is when we moved out here, and I think I had hoped this would be the case, and I wasn't sure it was going to be the case. My daughters have as a family, everybody's dove right in, and there's a lot of work to be done here.
Yes.
And it's a lot of responsibility, and the family enjoys doing it together. The kids love doing it. My wife enjoys doing it. We're all learning together, and it's been a ton of fun to get away from no TV. We've never really been a video game family. Just the amount of time that we get to spend outside has been huge for us. It's been a lot of fun.
Now, didn't you say when I came in, you have some hens laying?
We do, yeah. So my youngest daughter, she raised these hens from the time they were little baby chicks, and they started laying a couple months ago. And so she's got her marvelous egg business going, and she's selling farm fresh eggs by the dozen.
Awesome. And
learning how to run a business, and she loves it. It's all her. She's doing all the work.
Well, you'll have to get her all signed up in Colorado, and we'll have to get her into the local business alliance.
Absolutely, that'll be the next family member to jump in.
Yeah, the question I have right now on a business note. In a brief summary, the best you can, describe your focus, the part you play in your business.
Sure. When
it comes to properties, real estate, whatever it is, how do you focus on it? How do you interpret what you do?
Yeah, it's a great question. So I've been a realtor for 17 years, and I think when I first jumped in, I just looked at it as, well, I try to find people to help buy and sell a house. And over the course of the 17 years that I've been doing this, I've been able to realize what gets me jazzed is community. I love real estate impacts businesses, schools, parks. It brings people in and matches people with community. And so, even though I own my own brokerage and have about 120 agents that work with our brokerage, I also still actively sell, and when I'm working with people who sell or are buying a home, unlike I don't want to say anything, the traditional real estate is just get the deal done. And my whole focus has always been find the right buyer for my sellers and find the right sellers for my buyers and connect. I like considering myself a community connector. And I spent 6 years as the president of the South Metro Denver Realtor Board Stats Committee. I'm kind of a math nerd. I was a math teacher before I got into real estate. So I love digging in and doing the math and doing the contracts. But the overarching element of it is real estate creates community. And whether you're looking at first-time home buyers or vacation home, $200,000 condo to $2.5 million estate, it's all part of the same community. And that's what I love to do is connect those people and help build community through that.
When I first met Matt, I think we met at Lost Coffee one morning last summer, and it didn't take me long to figure out that there was something about us that clicked in the sense that because of what I do with the Local Business Alliance, it's also about community, and it's about business community. As I tell everyone that comes into the Alliance or people that ask questions, it's not about doing things specifically for Local Business Alliance members. It's about the Alliance being an ambassadorship to the local business community in Castle Rock as a whole. Right. Because we're here to support each other, we're here to lift each other up, to keep the positive aspect going. And that's what I've always picked up with Matt in my discussions with him on how he likes to do things with people. Sure, we always have to have a monetized way or a vehicle to be able to afford to do things that we enjoy doing. But the blessing comes from the fact that we look out at a horizon like this, see Pike's Peak right there, and the plateaus and things here in South Castle Rock, and realize on any given moment how blessed we are to be able to do what we love and what we enjoy, and the people that are able to come around and be a part of our lives. It's a great aspect.
Yeah, absolutely, and that's how when you look at the Business Alliance, as people that own their own businesses, as they're looking to hire employees, they need to have a place to live. And as they're looking, there's so many different elements that the real estate market affects all the businesses and all the people that are in there. And I like to be a resource of how do you interpret that? How do you interpret what the real estate section of the economy, what that does to the other businesses?
Makes sense to me.
Yeah, it all ties in. It ties into the schools. It ties into everything that this community is doing. And we've just loved being part of this.
Anytime a person can take a step away from the details into the big picture and go back and forth, and it will, you got something special going on.
Right.
You really do. You really do. And what's your family's favorite pastime, other than the horses and yeah?
We love playing card games. We do board games together. I think we have. My wife has been so good at emphasizing family time, and I think it's great that the pandemic, that so many people refound family time, and that's not something that we needed the pandemic to do. Right. I think our family loves spending time together.
That's awesome.
Hiking together, walking together, playing games together. We enjoy that, and I think my wife's leadership has led to that, and that's what we love doing together.
Very good, very good. Well, Matt, I appreciate your time.
Yeah, thank you, Gary.
And I appreciate you inviting me out here to your home office and an incredible view like this. There's nothing greater.
No, let's go take a look at some of the land.
Let's do that.
Perfect.
See you guys.
Like a bird on a tree, I'm just sitting here. I got time, it's clear to see. From up here, the world seems small. We can sit together, it's so beautiful.